Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own samosa and spring roll wrappers. They are so easy to make and I just don't buy these anymore. So here we go. I have 500 grams of all-purpose flour in this bowl here, and I'm going to add to that just a teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then I'm just going to sort of mix that in with my finger so it's distributed throughout. Going to make a well in the centre of this, and I'm going to add warm water. Now I'm not going to give you measurements for warm water because different doughs absorb at different rates. So we're going to start off by pouring some water in the middle, and you can see that I've not put a lot in. All we're going for is a dough. We want to make this into a dough. So let's get this bit started off. We don't want to add too much water. What we want to do is literally make a firm dough. Now I've got a shaggy sort of dough, so I need a little bit more. Just be careful not to overdo it. We don't want slop. And now I'm going to put this on my mat and I'm going to knead it together on a little bit of flour. There we go. So as you can see, that's quite dry. We're just going to knead this together now. I suppose it's a bit like pizza dough. That sort of consistency is what we're looking for. Now we're going to knead this for a few minutes just to bring it together and for it to become less sticky than it is at the moment. You don't need any more flour at all than I put on there. And there we go. We now have a dough that's elasticy, but you can see it's quite firm. I'm going to put some oil in my bowl. Then I'm going to put my dough in there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on top and give it a rub. Cover it so that it's completely encased in plastic. You can put a lid on, whatever you prefer. Now we're going to let this rest for 30 minutes. How easy was that? Well, my dough has rested now for half an hour. I'm going to lightly flour my board and turn my dough out. Now I need to cut these into pieces. Now, how big you go will depend on what you're cooking them in. Now, we're going to be cooking these on an oven tray. So, I'm going to go for 30 gram pieces, and I use scales to do this because it is so much better to get these round about the same size. So we'll put that one to one side, and I'm going to cover that with a bit of plastic while I weigh these ones out. So I'm going to do around 20 gram pieces, and it's literally a matter of weighing those. Then we're going to roll them into balls, flatten them very slightly and put them onto a plate. We're going to continue like that, weighing out, and we want them all the same size. When that's done, I'll be back. Well, I've made all my discs and they're all ready to go. I've covered them with plastic and a tea towel just to stop them from drying out, because that's the last thing we need to do. So, I'm going to put down some flour and we're going to roll these now, 6 at a time. Rolling pin would be useful at this stage. So, we're not going to make them enormous, but we're going to roll these. Now I'm using, because I'm going to bake these in my Ninja, using the baking method. So I'm going to use a flat pan for these. And because I want to use these for spring rolls, well, probably samosas at some point, I'm going to go for a sort of slightly squarer shape. So, what we want to do, like we do with phyllo pastry, we're going to just roll these discs out into a shape. Now you can use a cake tin for this, just a regular sponge tin, which would work out quite well, and a good shape too. So, get 6 of these rolled. Right, here's the last one that I need to roll in this batch. When you get to this stage, we need to start preheating an oven. As I said, I'm going to do mine in my Ninja, and it's fan assisted, so I'm using 180 degrees for the preheat. I'll put the other temperatures up for you for the preheat. We're actually going to do these on a slightly different temperature, but that's what we're going to use for the preheat. So now I need to start preheating my oven. So you can hear my oven preheating in the background there. Okay, for our next stage, we need just regular oil. Now I'm using sunflower oil for this, and you need some flour for dusting. What we're going to do is oil these. Plenty of oil on there. Don't skimp with your oil. You don't want to be able to see any space that hasn't got oil on it. Right to the edges. Then we're going to take a pinch of flour. We're going to take our next one, and we're going to just make sure you get it all the way round, because if you don't, it's going to make it so hard to get these apart later. There we go, flour, just a pinch of flour. That's all you need. Just grab a pinch of flour. We're going to do our 6 layers. There we go, flour on that one. And then we've got the last one. Now we're not going to put oil on this. Right, here we go. We're going to go for the big roll. Bit of flour on top. Now we're going to give them a little bit of a squish down. Turn it over. There we go. And we're going to roll. You need to roll out to the edges in one direction. Don't do this business. This is quite delicate. We're going to go quite delicately with these. So out from the middle down to the edge. I will turn it over to to make sure I'm rolling evenly. Oh, I've done it myself. Look, that's the temptation, is I'm following the shape of my pan, sort of. So if you are using a cake tin, then do that. I'm going to use this tray and we roll. Turn it over again. Just get rid of some of the flour from underneath there. There we go. And keep going. Get yourself the shape you want. We're now going to transfer this into a pan and make sure it's lying flat, nice and flat in there. I could have rolled it a tad more, but that's big enough for me. The last thing we're going to do is oil the top, because this is going directly into an oven, and if we don't do this, then what will happen is the top will dry out terribly, and it will be unusable. So here we go. Just make sure it's covered. Now I'm going to sort of spread it, and you can see where you have and haven't done. I'm now going to reduce my oven to 150. I'm going to put this in and reduce it down to 150. I'll put the other temperatures on in a moment. And I'm going to cook these for no more than 6 minutes. What will happen is when the top all bubbles up, all over, you're ready to take them out. I'll see you when they come out of the oven. Okay, when you get to this stage, that's hot, pull it out. I can't film over by my Ninja, so what I've done is taken some photographs of it while it's in the oven, so you can see how it's going to go before we take it out. Then all we're going to do is start peeling these away, and you do need to go careful. I've got 2 there. You do need to go careful, and you want to be doing these while they're hot. So get an edge and follow it all the way round. You want a light hand with these or they will break. That's all you do, look. Now you need to be really light-handed with this, I won't lie, and I tend to be quite heavy-handed, because what we don't want to do is break these as we go. There we go. Just keep peeling round and round. Once they're off, they won't stick together again. Get it? Get your edge. I've made really hard work of that, haven't I? Then you could just chuck it down. Some of the edges where I've not rolled right to the edge are a bit thick. There we go. And you just keep pulling. Really careful getting these apart. There we go. Getting there. Then you do the next and the next, and just keep going. You can quite clearly see these edges. What you've got to do is just follow them round. Peel the edges before you do a big tug, because they will come apart. These are really quite fine, but they're fun, and this is the easiest method I found. It's actually really manageable for me to do these. and I actually find them quite fun. I put my stool by the cooker and I watch them as they expand, so I know when to take them out. Now it's around 6 minutes for these, could be 5 minutes. It depends how well you've preheated your oven initially. And there we go, there's another. These will not stick together again. Once you've got them apart, you can cut these to whatever size or shape you want, or you can leave them. Look, I've pulled a hole in that one, but it won't matter. There we go. Another, and that's my last one there. Now we do exactly the same with the other stacks. Now I can put these back together again, and they will not stick together. Look at this, wonderful. I'm going to get them sorted together, and then I'm going to cut these on top. There we go, stacked back up beautifully. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim these edges down and there. Now I'm going to use this one to make samosas, so I want that edge gone here, just to square it off a bit. There we go. Can you see this? It's just coming off in sheets. I'm going to get this ready, and I'll get 3 out of what I've done here, about there. I would normally measure this. Now I can just put them one on top of the other, and there are my samosa sheets ready to go. Look at those. Brilliant. All I need to do is put these in a bag. I can freeze them, or they'll keep in the fridge for 3 or 4 days, and they will be absolutely wonderful. They will not stick together again. So here's my samosas, and I've got them quite a good size here. Here we go. I would put my stuffing in here and then just fold it up as you do and stick the end. How easy is that? And look at this. You can just make yourself spring rolls if you want to. Put your filling in and roll them up. Now that's quite a good way to store them if you want to. So let's put it back. Look at this. See? I'm done. Straight away. These are fantastic. Now all I'm going to do is layer these together, and I'm going to use these in one of my baking projects. I'm going to be making some beautiful samosas with these, and I'm also going to be making some chicken cigars at some point. Watch out for my video, because these are brilliant. Well, I really hope you liked my video. Thank you so much for watching.